viruses are spreading like breaking news, and while there are a bunch of preventative measures we can take to avoid coming down with the mother of all colds, there are also a few medicine cabinet must-haves that might be able to help alleviate some of the symptoms. Now, here with us to show us which spice is right and which supplements are super is medical internist Dr. Nancy Simpkins. Welcome.
Good morning.
So, first of all, we should say none of these are going to cure all, right? None of the home remedies, and if you do feel really ill, you should probably go see a doctor. But what's the biggest mistake when people feel like they're coming down with something? What's that mistake that they always make?
So the first thing to do when you feel like you might be getting a viral infection is to take it back a little, dial it back a few notches, get a little extra rest, drink a little bit more fluids, and really the only thing to do is to be kind to your immune system, which means to give in. There's really no way to treat it.
Right.
So what we're going to try to do here today is talk about treating the symptoms.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Because we always said in medical school, if you treat a cold, it lasts 5 days. And if you don't treat a cold, it lasts 5 days.
Right.
But during those 5 days, you have to go to work and we can make you feel better. So this is what we're going to do today, is try to help you to feel better during the period that the viral infection is lasting in your system.
Good timing, because this is just a hot mess today. But, we hear the word flu being thrown around for everything.
Right.
What is the difference between the stomach flu and influenza?
Okay, so influenza is an actual name of a virus. If you have actual influenza, which is the one that we vaccinate people against, you will be in bed for 7 to 10 days. Ooh. That is not just a viral infection. The stomach flu is a viral infection that stays within the stomach tract, usually involves nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, very short-lived.
Okay.
Totally different. All different viruses. There's millions of viruses. So we have to be careful to not call regular viral infections influenza.
Right. And now I hear a lot of people say, oh, I'm taking antibiotics, I have the flu, but it's really not going to do anything for you,
so antibiotics are designed for bacterial infections.
Right.
These are all viral infections. It will do nothing.
So basically it's just in your mind.
Right, and actually could potentially be harmful to you, because after a viral infection, if you wound up getting a secondary pneumonia, for instance, you would need the antibiotic to then work. So best that you hold off and not take anything and check with your doctor.
So let's talk about some home remedies that might alleviate some of those problems. Epsom salts, I hear all the time people will use.
So Epsom salt is basically magnesium, right? So if you soak in a tub full of Epsom salt, the sore muscles that you get with a viral infection are miserable, right?
Yeah.
So the Epsom salt, the magnesium is absorbed through the muscle, will just give you a little bit of relief. Same with any of the over-the-counter remedies. For instance, this one that's rapidly absorbed, the pill form, any of them will help you with pain and fever, which is one of the biggest symptoms that people have.
Right. And you have garlic and honey here? It sounds a little odd.
Let's just mix this up a little bit. So if you take a little bit of honey, which we know is a great anti-inflammatory for your throat, you put a little bit of garlic. Now, what does that do? That type opens up the passageways, and you have like a little bit of paste. The problem I always say to people is you need to do this when you're home. It's a little stinky.
Kicking breath.
Right. But it does really work, this little paste, and you take a little bit of it, it coats the back of the throat, and the garlic opens up the mucus.
Right. And you have some spices here too that we would just have in our regular spice cabinet.
Right. So cinnamon, turmeric, cayenne pepper, they all have anti-inflammatory properties, and cayenne pepper is getting big press now. People are talking about it in terms of revving up the metabolic rate. So we're thinking maybe it revs up the metabolism to try to treat the viruses and enhances the immune system. It also tends to help with mucus drainage. All of these anti-inflammatory mucus drainage products just make you feel better, so they're not going to hurt you.
Right.
The problem with cinnamon that I'd like to warn people is it is one of those products that people do have allergies to.
Okay.
So I might remind people to check with your doctor before just trying any home remedies.
Right. And quickly, supplements too. I hear people sort of up their zinc. They also up their vitamin C. One of our producers, I won't shout him out by name, but he said he started not feeling well and drank a whole half-gallon of OJ. But really, it's not going to do much for you.
8 ounces of orange juice or 1 orange a day is plenty of vitamin C. Anything more than that,
you get rid of it.
The body's just going to get rid of it. And as I say, your toilet will not have a cold.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.